And welcome back to Just While Many of come out. So today we are going to go through remarkably useful things invented by girls and women. Of course, in the spirit of the International Women's Day, which was being celebrated yesterday, we're gonna be going through to see some of the remarkably useful things invented by girls and women. So the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was actually first invented by the women. Of course, very many advancements came along, of course, but the first person to invent the communication, the GPS, the Bluetooth communication system at that time was, a woman, which was an Australian actress who had fled Nazi in Germany during the World War II, went to the States and invented just how people can communicate. But now that brought about the Wi-Fi, the GPS, the Bluetooth communication systems, but they've continued and gradually, being improved every single day. Now, another thing is the single hand syringe, which we know and love to fear today because okay, we love and fear today because yeah, man, that's a syringe anyway. So, but it was invented by a woman on February 12th, 1896, when people were struggling, to administer drugs into the body because there was this two-hand syringe that was being used, yeah. But now they use a one-hand syringe, which have actually also gradually improved over the years, with the disposable syringes coming along. But the initial idea, she owned the patent to that syringe of just how you could just inject with a one hand syringe. Another one is this disease called the leprosy. The leprosy is a disease that infects the skin, the brain, the mucous membranes, the eyes, the mouth, and the nose, which had plagued humanity forever. But this woman uh, finally came with a way to administer to treat this disease, which was used from extracting some medicine from the seeds of a tree, but by that time they had to be eaten, but she invented a way of injecting it into the body, because by that time when you take it used to cause nausea and vomiting and was only marginally effective. But by that time, but now bringing it all along to this time when you can inject and it has minimal side effects to you. That's when all that was helped by a woman. Now here's the good one, yeah, the car shield windshield wipers, the ones we use to date. We no longer struggle, when we want to, see on roads, when we want to see when it's raining, when maybe in those countries where there is snow, they just wipe with the windshield wipers. That was an invention by a woman who just saw how men were struggling and people were struggling. When they were driving and decided, what, to just how this window can be wiped, by something outside being controlled from the inside. And that's when, of course, the windshield came to be. But of course, the people denied and couldn't accept her idea, and her patent was eligible for like 17 years. And the time they were coming to use with the windshields, her patent had already expired. But that was an invention by a woman. Last but not least, a computer software. Yes, computer software was invented by a woman. It was an English woman, but of course, she must have been advantaged in a way to, get access to some of the things, that could, to probably a private school, of course, so that she could be able to, have access to such things, So she was exactly not born in poverty, basically. So the first known computer software was called the Ada, which, while it has been adapted, the fundamentals of Ada are still there and are in use in some programs today. Shout out to all women who have done amazing things in this world. Those are some of the highlighted things that have been done by women. Computer software, the Wi-Fi, the single hand syringe, the first medical treatment for leprosy, and the car shield wipers. Those are some of the highlighted things that women has done in the spirit of International Women's Day. Shout out to all of you women. But of course, you're gonna be going through some of also some stuff because football is going around. How well do you know your game? There are much more coming up tomorrow because some things I don't think people know exist in football. My name is Kamau. See you tomorrow.